everybody, I'm Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, and welcome back to another episode of Tactical Masterclass, the FM24 Tactics Test, Journeyman and Road to Glory, all in one go. Now if you haven't watched last episode, which was Season 5, go check it out now, either in the eye above or down somewhere below the description. But let's get into the episode. So, last episode, we, of course, was the second season in the Premier League. Last season 4, we did really well and managed to survive quite comfortably. This season, we still survived comfortably, but the position wasn't as good as last time, which was 12th. This was 15th. I think we've got a lot of improvement to do, and hopefully some more wonder kids can come in, or even better players who can do a job for a couple of years and then move on. We'll figure it out as it goes. But if you're looking forward to this episode, give the video a like. Every like coming my way does help this channel out immensely. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, and if you're a returning viewer who hasn't already, subscribe to the channel as well. And whether you're a subscriber or you're someone who's just subscribed, or you're an old subscriber and all that stuff, hit the bell so you get mobile notifications, push notifications and desktop and mobile and all that stuff, so you never miss an upload. You can also like the video. Anyway, you can also comment a comment saying can't wait to see what you do this season, what transfers we do and all that stuff. Watch, comment, as well as checking out all my socials down in the description below, as well as checking out the tactic creator and tactic itself on FM Scout. The tactic we're using today is my ultimate 433 2.0, and it's by Zim's Moolah. So he hopefully has created a good tactic, and hopefully it'll do us very, very good. So it's custom clean slate, tactical style, so that's custom 1, and it's clean slate's custom 1. Balanced mentality, standard attacking weight, focus play down the left and right and play out defence, short passing and slightly higher tempo with run at defence and be more expressive. In transition, it's counter press and counter with distributed centre backs and full backs and throw it long, as well as a high press line of engagement and high defensive line with much more often trigger press and short goalkeeper distribution, or prevent short goalkeeper distribution. It's got an advanced forward on attack, 2 advanced forwards on the wings on support, box-to-box midfielders in the midfield, 2 of them, and a deep line playmaker on defend in the M slot. Wing backs both on support on the left and right, with 2 ball playing defenders in the defence of centre, and sweeper keeper on support. So yeah, looking at the squad going into next season, if we do it by end of contracts, a lot of these players are coming back, and I'm hoping to sell them next season. I just don't think they're good enough at all. While some of the other players that weren't as good performing can also be sold in the new season. I don't know really who at the time. It just depends on which contracts we give out, or which signings we make, and which offers come in for our players. So if we look at landmarks, because it's now the 4th of September, on the 13th of June, Ayawa Suavadapahava, I think that's butchering the name. Basically, the current Leicester owner has bought Cambridge United. It says promotion from within. I don't think it was, because he was with Leicester and then he left Leicester, and now he's now the chairman of, or chairperson of, Cambridge United. So hopefully we can have a Leicester sort of thing and win the title like Leicester did, when we're not expected to do good at all. But if we go to the transfers, because it is at the end of the transfer window, if we go to the end of last season, McKennie, Seaton, Velasquez, McKenzie, North and Goodwin were all loaned out. Velasquez being probably the best of all of them. They also sold Angelo Posada, who I said I wanted to get rid of because his performances were not good enough. It was like 6.5 in like 20 games. That's just not good enough for our quality. So he's been sold. And Kai Jae-ming has been loaned out. You'll figure out who that is in a bit. Players that joined in the meantime: Mackenzie joined from Green Morton on a free, and Linus Pettersson joined from Falkirk on a free. And then we signed more youngsters. Gregor Batara joined from Hajduk for 2 million. Fred Halilovic joined from Sparta Prague for 8 million, and Kotanita joined from Kashmir for 3 million. These were all on my radar last year, but I couldn't sign them because I did the over 21 thing. They're all under 21. I did 621 signings, foreign signings beforehand, so I couldn't make these ones either. Dinchar Baylan was another one. He's joined us for 8.5 million, rising to 11. Kai Jianming, who came onto my radar from SH Shanghai Shanghai. We've got them as our affiliate to boost our reputation in Asia and in China. And so I looked at their squad, and Kai Jianming was on it, and I was like, oh, he looks a decent player. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential, and so I've gone in for him. And this season, after last season of holding it off, hoping no one gets in for him, and he's actually got even better. He's now 2.5 star, I think. With 4-star current ability. So current ability, potential ability's gone down from 5-star to 4-star, but current ability's gone up from 2-star to 2.5. So he could be a good player. He's been loaned out straight away to Shanghai again, but hopefully he will do a decent job. At least plays in the end. Hit well. Sanka Barlas, Warling and Joe Morrow will release. They weren't good enough at all for our quality. And then other players that joined. So first off, we go to the transfers out. Bouchard left out on loan to Wickham. Diego Coppola, who was unhappy, we sold him for 7 million to Sadram. Seb Revan was finally sold to Rotherham for £7 million. He was a really good player, and he was at Rotherham in real life, like I thought he was after seeing him on the Championship highlight package, the AFL highlight package. He's probably on loan at from Aston Villa, but he never played a game that year. But then of course he went on loan with us. We signed him the next season in League One. Championship he didn't play as many, but he was loaned out halfway through that season, and then Premier League he played a few games. But yeah, he was loaned out entirely to Rotherham and then sold because of the fee after 10 games thing. So he's left to Rotherham. John McConnell has been loaned out. Liam Bennett was sold for £12 million to Birmingham. He was unhappy. Jacques Mars, who you might remember from last season or 2 seasons ago being a £10 million signing. We got a double the profit, double the amount of that, and 20 million from Bochum. So really good sale there. And Trayvon O'Malley's been loaned out again. Oldfield's been loaned out. We've sold Laith Gulzar to Reading. He just didn't look good enough, so we got a bit of money for him. Moff Jamid has been loaned out again. Kubovic has been loaned out. He was a player that joined us this season. Chris Peake has been loaned out. Bataille was then loaned out after joining us early in the season. Liam Clark was loaned out. We finally sold Adam Meyer. He just didn't look cut up to be Premier League quality, and so he's been sold in the end for £11 million to Birmingham as a star player. So hopefully he'll do good there. Eden and Eloy and Arkadina have all been loaned out. Arkadina once again. Housen Parker was sold for big money to Lecce in Serie A. I think they got. I looked at their club and they got a Tycoon takeover, so that's how they managed to afford it for a player that wasn't good enough for us. So he's somehow rating pub player for them. So maybe show you see how poor the Italian leagues are. David Matha, Max Burton, Mancini and Cowell all loaned out alongside Rose Cassidy. Booked Kit, who joined us last season, I think. Mokwano also been loaned out, who joined us this season as well. James Lopez, Vinner, Monday was sold. Lopez and Vinner were loaned out. So Neil Monday was sold to Preston for £650,000. Dean Hadley was loaned out again. Luke Parker, Craig Laycock was loaned out. Kamara, Jordan, Sinclair, Krause were loaned out. Then we saw Ben Ruiz to Swansea. Wing Ratcliffe, Rafi David, Bolton Harris, Lentel, Pettinger were loaned out. Then we saw Killian Phillips. I wasn't going to sell him, but he said he would get unhappy and unsettled if we didn't rejected it, so I just accepted it outright. £10.25 million, rising to £13 million from Leicester. Tom Garland was also sold, £28 million into Sheffield United, which meant we need to get a new goalkeeper. Man, in the end, actually, he was our backup goalkeeper. So yeah, we got a new goalkeeper, and you have to shoot this goalkeeper because he's absolutely insane. Harrow was loaned out, Paulina was loaned out. We sold Willem Berthelsson. He did his job the first season. Second season he didn't play as much. First season he didn't get much of a good average rating, but in the end we sold him for a profit to Hellas Verona, £10 million for him. And then Sturman, Nita and Ollie Harrison were all loaned out. People joining in is Marcos Antonio joined us. He's got a future fee of a certain amount, 5.5 million if he plays 25 games. So far he's played 3, so we might get to that point. Del Muro, who was agreed transfer from last season from his loan, has joined us permanently. Charlie Ward joined us on free transfer. Just direct fun with that. Walter Amaquana, I noticed in my scout reports that he was contract was running up, and he looks really decent, so signed him. 20-year-old, 2-star current ability, 3.5-star, 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. Adrian Kuberwit, another youth that joined us on a free transfer from Fiorentina, who was then loaned out to Tilo. Mile Vilkowski, he is our new goalkeeper. And if I go here, it says he's world class. He is that good, and I got him because his fee was 20 million. His release fee was £20 million over in Saudi Arabia with Al Fire. So hopefully he'll be the next big thing for us and be with us for the rest of our time at Cambridge. We're also brought in Aloy. He's a student who's been loaned out. Mario Mancini's come in and has been loaned out as well. He was from Fiorentina. Alan San Maximin joins us on a free transfer, hopefully just to be squad depth for this season, maybe sold next season. James Madison, 6.5 million from Al Fazali. I tried getting him. I think last season when he was released by Tottenham. Yeah, last season, and he joined Al Fazali, so we've now paid £6 million for him. I think he's worth it. He'll do decent job for us for this season. Maybe we let go next season. Kerr Smith, who you might remember a couple of seasons ago we had him on loan. Well, he was out for club for half the season before joining Monaco, where he had a decent season. Maybe not on the average ratings, but okay for game time. And he came from my scout reports, but we were needing a centre back, so I've decided to go for him. I got him on the cheap, 7.5 million, rising to 9.5. I'm really, really happy with that deal. Nascimento joins us as an main choice striker, kind of replacing John Jules and Wheatley. Comes in for 27 million. He's already got 3 goals in 3 games. He looks the real deal. Nahul Noli joins us as a backup goalkeeper. 1.2 million from Genoa. I think he'll be a decent job. It was his release fee, and yeah, he'll be a decent job as our backup for a few years to come. And Chris Rigg joins us, £20 million, Horizon 23 from Sunderland. He doesn't look good on current ability, but his potential is there. I reckon if he gets his game time, he'll be really, really good. Comes in from Sunderland, where he had a decent season last year. And Paul Evans joins us on loan, just as our backup centre back, right back. He hasn't played a game for us yet. I reckon Bournemouth will get unhappy eventually, but hopefully he'll do a decent job for us in the games he does play. So the results were entirely undefeated in the pre-season, and then we won against Bournemouth and won against Forest, won against Portsmouth in the EFL Cup second round, and recently just drew against Newcastle, which takes us to 5th in the league. That is not a bad start, but we always start off well and then fall down the way in the second half of the season, or second part of the first half. It always happens. So it might happen this time, I'm not sure. If we go to season preview, I haven't checked this yet. We are expected to be 13th, so we're not a relegation fodder anymore. We're not 1,000 to 1, we're not 900 to 1, we're not 800 to 1. We're 250 to 1 odds of winning the title. 13th best team in the league. I'm really happy with that. Super happy with that, in fact. That is just crazy how much we've improved in 3 seasons. So hopefully now we can push her on and really cement ourselves as a good Premier League side. More results have happened, and as expected we've fallen down a bit, as I've just accidentally done that. But yeah, after the Newcastle game, we lost to Arsenal in the EFL Cup third round, beat Brentford, then lost to Man U, beat Fulham, then lost to Liverpool, beat Tottenham, which was a good result, then drew against Sheffield United and beat Leicester, then went on a game of 5 runs without a win. Lost against Man City and Chelsea, then drew against Everton, then lost against Arsenal and worst team in the league, Crystal Palace. Not good there. West Ham, Luton and Aston Villa we all won. Currently it takes us, still doing well, 6th place. Just everyone else hasn't started off well, and it looks like the league is, the European places aren't going to have many points, but 30 points already, that is not that bad. That's really not that bad. Us and Leicester seems to be being the dark horses of this season, but yeah, really, really good so far. The transfer window is over in January, and we've sold a few of the dead weight and got better players in. So yeah, we'll look at the sales now. Sestic has been sold to Damak in Saudi Arabia, 4.5 million. He joined us for 7 and we sold him for 4.5. So a big, well not a big, but a drop off on his a bit of a loss. I mean, on him. He hardly played for us in 2 seasons, so it's expected to be sold. And Damak came in for the offer, we just accepted it. And Jan Nickel Best was also sold to Hanover 96. Once again, 90 million and another loss of about 10. He was a failure as well. We also sold Harvey White to Al Garafa, £6 million to them. He joined us on a free in the Championship. He did well first of the season. Fourth season he hasn't played much. So yeah, I thought we could sell him, and we managed to do. Sam Greenwood was sold to Middlesbrough for 16 million. Came in for 11.75 and he's been sold for 16 to Middlesbrough. Gary Richardson was loaned out to Curve Smith, who only just joined this season. Saudi Arabian side Al Tai came in for him, and yeah, we just decided to accept it, and we got a bit of profit on him. He didn't play for us once. Crescencio Somerville was sold for £14 million to Al Garafa in Qatar. He did well first 2 seasons. He was okay, not best average rating, but he did his job. This season he played a few times, but then Al Garafa came in with a good offer of 14 million. I think it's worth us about 12. We gave it to 14. Yeah, accepted. They accepted. He's been sold. Al Amari's been loaned out to Portsmouth. Then Alan St. Maximin was sold to Besiktas. So we got him on a free transfer, and he was immediately sold. He played 2 games for us, 1 goal. He didn't do too badly. Burgoyne unhappy that he wasn't playing enough, so we just sold him to Besiktas. Now Florida Rojas, Joe Reed, Thiago Almas, Ram Lapang, Charlie Ward, Matthew Murphy, Boosie has been loaned out. I think he's got a transfer range to join Fulham at the end of the season because he wasn't playing enough for us. Bien Chow was loaned out. James Lopez was loaned out. When Watcliffe was sold to Norwich for £800,000, I think that is a good deal there. 900,000, I mean, sorry. Juan Miguel Latassa, who did his job for us first season. The only season he didn't play it all this season, but last season beforehand, he did his job. Played 28 games, 11 starts, 17 off the bench. Didn't score many, but like I said, did his job, and we sold him for a healthy profit to Sunderland, £12 million to them. Then we also loaned out Langton, Mehmet Gonyer. He had he had a pre-contract deal agreed with Başakşehir in Turkey, and we just sold him outright. Once that happened, it was a transfer window, so we could sell him, and he's been sold. Then Ethan Wheatley, an icon at Cambridge, has been sold for big money, £15 million to my own club, Derby County, where he's got 2 goals in 2 games. Hopefully he'll do a decent job for Derby, maybe get back into the Premier League with them. And Christian Dalmura, who of course we signed last season on loan with a fee to join for 3.7 million. He never played a game for us. Not once did he play a game for us. No competitive games. We somehow then sold him to Lons while he could get a profit for £10 million. And people joining, new Tavares joins for 7.75 million. Another release fee from Al Dalal, Dahale in Qatar. Then Matthew Bateman joins us, £7 million from Bolton. He's played 2 games already. He's our backup right back. He'll probably be loaned out next season though. Kendrick Pires, we spent our highest ever fee ever spent, £40 million, rising to 50 from Chelsea. He's hardly played for them, but I think he's a really, really good player. And yeah, he's really, really good. Abbas Ali joins us as our other right back from Rennes. He's a Sudanese starter for Sudan, and he's mostly played in the Rennes second team, but comes in to us and does hopefully a decent job. Breakthrough prospect, could get better. Augustin Roberto also joins us. This is director of football. I just decided to accept it. £6.25 million from River Plate. I thought I'd accept it because he hasn't got a bad really result fee or whatever from games and all that, and scores and whatever I'm trying to say. So he joined us, and Billy Gilmore also joined us. £12 million from Brighton, who were relegated last season. I think that was his minimum fee release clause because of relegation. And yeah, hopefully he'll do well for us and not get us relegated. In the end, in January, we were entirely undefeated, winning against Charlton in the FA Cup 3rd round, Stockport in the FA Cup 4th round, with in the league Wolves, Newcastle, Forest, and Bournemouth all lost to us. Then a bit in February, we beat Brentford and recently just lost to Manchester United. And so I just realised I didn't show you the front the table in the last little bit. Forgive me for that, but since last time we beat Fulham in the league, then lost to Forest in the FA Cup 5th round, and beat Tottenham, Sheffield United, Leicester and Liverpool, and then went on a horrible spree where we hadn't won in 9 games. Yeah, that's poor. A loss against Man U, a loss against Arsenal, a loss against Chelsea, a loss against Everton, draw against Crystal Palace, West Ham, Luton, Aston Villa and Wolves, takes us in final end of the season, 5th place. It could easily have been top 4 if it hadn't been for that last run of 9 games, or without a win. In fact, I don't think we scored in like 9 games. No. No. We hadn't scored in 7. So, yeah, that is poor. And I don't know if it's because they sussed us out with the tactic, I'm not sure. But yeah, 5th place, it's just so good. The results were good. Knock off the end part of the season a little bit, maybe in the middle of the first half of the season. But yeah, 5th place. I know it says Europa League football, I mean. But I reckon if coefficients go away, which it always ends up being top for England, we'll get Champions League football next year. Huzzah! And if we go to season preview, for next season we're expected to finish 14th. So 14th favourite team in the league, finishing 5th. Quite crazy. In the end, Man City win the league, Man U finished 2nd, Arsenal finished 3rd and Chelsea finished 4th. We of course finished 5th, with Leicester finishing 6th. Liverpool finished in 7th, Newcastle finished in 8th, Tottenham finished in 9th. Aston Villa, then Sheffield United, then Brentford, then Everton, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Forest and Wolves. In the end, it was a close call between Forest, Wolves and Luton to get relegated. Luton got the short straw, got relegated alongside Bournemouth and Fulham. Bournemouth, really not expected to be relegated because they're 50-1 odds to win the title, not the best team in the league, and they get relegated in 19th place. Really not good by that. But if you have enjoyed this episode and you're excited for season 7 in the Champions League or the Europa League, I think it'll be Champions League, I'm not sure yet, we'll have to get confirmation on that. But if you're excited for that, give this video a like. It does help the channel out immensely. You can subscribe to the channel as well, hit the bell for mobile notifications, comment a comment saying well done Matt on doing really well, as well as checking out all my socials down below, as well as checking out the tactic. So it's a tactic by Zims Muller, or Muller, I think it's Muller, and yeah, it didn't end well for the rest of the season. It was amazing. So it's 4-3-3. Link is in the description below to that tactic. It takes you there from Scout. You just click download, then put in your tactics folder, then put in your tactics folder and click load here, and then you just find it in your thing. Meanwhile, you'll also be able to find Zims Muller's YouTube channel linked in the description below as well. So check both those links out, as well as my links and all that stuff. But yeah, I've been Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.